Hi, I'm Brandy. This is Hound Dog Hollow, and today I'm going to be reviewing The Stars Within You. I thought I had reviewed every astrology book last year, but spoiler alert, in my deep dive educational, I bought a ton more astrology books. But second of all, I missed this one back then, which is a shame because this is an excellent resource. The Stars Within You, A Modern Guide to Astrology by Juliana McCarthy is an excellent book. So, I highly recommend it to you. It's very direct and simple. It's got an introduction that kind of gets you through the very, very basics, the fundamentals, and I've done astrology study groups and so much of that on my channel before. I'm not really going to dive into that there, but she covers the basic fundamental building blocks of the zodiac, the energies, the planets versus the houses versus the zodiac signs, and then in each chapter she breaks it down. She starts with the signs, the zodiac signs, the 12 archetypes of personality. And she talks about learning the signs, the dualities, triplicities, and quadruplicities of the signs. And then she goes into each sign briefly. Aries, with some keywords and then some information. And she goes through that for each zodiac sign. And then from there, so that's your basic information about the zodiac, right? And then she says, your sun. What does that mean in general? Like, what does the sun mean in your chart? And then if you're a sun in Aries, it can mean this, and a sun. And then she goes through each sun sign information, which is super helpful. And she has a unique spin on it. I really enjoyed. And I have a ton of astrology book, and still this one had fresh information that I refer to. The moon, and what does it mean, and what does it mean for each sign. The sedent, what does it mean in general, what does it mean for each sign. The inner planets, so your Mercury, Venus, and Mars. What does Mercury mean in general, what does it mean for each sign. Venus, Mars. The social planets, so your Jupiter and your Saturn. What do they mean in general, what do they mean for each sign. The outer planets, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, what they mean in general, what they mean for each sign. Although these are considered, a lot more people are in each of these signs. You know, you're going to be in a cohort by when you were born because they stay in their sign. So Jupiter will stay in its sign for 12 years, and Pluto, I want to say, is 84 years? No. Hold on. Maybe it's Neptune. Either way, they're going to be... Oh, Saturn is 29 years. Jupiter's 12, Saturn is 29. And then it just goes on and on. So then she switches fields to the houses, which is, you know, where we direct our energies. She goes through each house in general, and then each house specifically. And what they mean and what they stand for. And then what it means, like, if you have houses in this, the western side versus the eastern side versus the northern versus the southern. Then we get into aspects, which is like your conjunctions, your oppositions, your the way that your planets interact with each other based on the angle apart they are. And she goes into that, covering the major aspects and some particular patterns like the grand trine, the T-square, the grand cross. And then she goes through weaving it all together. How you would take your chart that you could get from astro.com or Cafe Astrology for free and just kind of like understand like what it means for you. And she does an example chart. Very good book. Highly recommend. I have her her next book, which is The House Your Stars Built, on my Amazon wish list right now. This was a great book, super helpful, and even with all the astrology books that I have read, I still got a lot out of it, and a good resource that I often refer to still now. So definitely check it out. I'm going to leave the link in the description below. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.